I'm Ava Laura.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is Black Leave America podcast, where we highlight holistic wellness, travel, mental health, and self-care through traveling outside of America to reconnect and rediscover who you are. It's time for us to leave any condition that disrupts our peace. Black Women Leave America opens your eyes and explores new ways of living, but more importantly, new ways of being. Because sometimes you have to leave in order to find yourself. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Black Women Leave America podcast, live edition. We got so much to talk about, y'all. Woo! So much to talk about. I'm your host, Ava Laura, and this is your other amazing host, who's sighing over here,
Jessica.
Look, she's in her feelings like a lot of y'all, right?
No, not really. I'm just more or less irritated. Not so much in my feelings, more irritated than I kind of suspected already, but I am a bit more
what's the difference
irritated.
between in your feelings and irritated?
Because irritation feels like, God dog it, won't they just stop? And then in your feelings, it's more like, oh, I thought it would be different and like emotional.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was going to be different. I did not think it was going to be different. But I am irritated that it is.
So this is something that we will be talking about probably for a while, maybe for the rest of the year, right? Because tensions are really high. There's a lot going on in America right now, particularly for Black women, feeling a little bruised, a little beat up, a little like, we got to be the best of the best, and it still ain't good enough. That mediocrity, when you are of another color and sex, wins out every time, right? And, we started this podcast a few years ago, but there has been no better time for what we do than right now. A lot of you are thinking about your options. You're trying to decide what to do. And so the episodes that we are going to be covering probably through the end of the year are really going to be giving you just that. So you want to get your pen, you want to get your paper, and come here, and you want to share this out with your family, with your friends, the people who you're considering traveling with and moving with, and let's do this. Let's explore your options.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And definitely feel free to vent in our comment section. We get venters anyway, so might as well. Actually, now you have a reason.
That isn't true. And really what we want to know from you is like, what is it that you want to know? Right? I'm hearing it, certain places, but what do you want to know? What are your concerns about moving abroad? What do you want to know about moving abroad? If you thought about it, why haven't you moved yet? If you have moved, where are you living? And what are your recommendations for other Black women?
Right. Yeah, I know. I agree. So we do have 2 videos that we're going to be reacting to, and these are some really good ones. So the first one is top 2 countries to relocate before 2025. So let's go ahead and hop on into it. I've slightly watched a little bit. I think Ava Laura's watched a little bit of it as well. But definitely, yeah. So let's hop into it.
So let's talk about the 2 countries with the best visa options if you are considering leaving the U.S. before the start of 2025. Hey everybody, my name is Candace. I talk about living the global lifestyle, buying property abroad, and a whole bunch of random stuff. So welcome. So the results are in, and I know some people are not happy this morning. So I want to talk about the very first country that I would seriously consider if I wanted to leave the U.S. before the start of 2025. And the first country on my list would be the UAE. Why? Because it is extremely family friendly and you can apply for your visa while you are in the U.S. The 2 visa options that I would immediately go for would be the green visa. The green visa allows you to sponsor yourself and any dependent children that you have, including adult children or disabled children, for 5 years. The green visa is perfect if you are a remote worker or you are self-employed. The second visa that I would look at for the UAE would be the job seeker visa. The job seeker visa allows you to come into the UAE to look for work up to 6 months. The second country on my list, and I have talked about this country before, would be Germany. Especially if you do not mind the cold, I would absolutely hightail it to Germany. The first visa option, which is an extremely good visa option, is their job seeker visa. Their job seeker visa allows you to stay in Germany for up to 6 months while you search for employment. Their second visa option, which I have also talked about this visa option before, but I'm going to mention it again, it is their Opportunity Card visa program. This visa program is relatively new, but it allows you to stay in Germany up to 1 year while you search for employment. The two things that are great about the Opportunity Card visa is, one, you don't have to have a college degree, and number two, you don't need to speak German. Germany is an excellent choice because so many people already speak English there. Like, a lot of Germans already speak English, so the acclimation to the culture would be a lot easier for a lot of Americans considering moving abroad. Those are my top two choices for a very quick international relocation. And if you are a woman.
All right.
So let me say something. This is something, and we have another show on this as well. So you can go visit that. But like, if you want to move abroad and you're like, I don't know what the hell to do. Okay. Obviously, one part of that process, important part, is you got to figure out where you want to go, right? Where do you want to go? We've interviewed digital nomads. You can check out Sawita's interview on that if you just want to kind of hop around countries. But for some of you, you're like, listen, I'm fed up. I'm ready to go. I want to go now. I don't want to wait. Right? There's no right and wrong way to do this, right? Some people are going to plan it out for a year. They're going to save their money. They're going to put their house on the market. They're going to do whatever. Some of you like, listen here, it's just me. I don't have no kids. I already work remote. I can leave right now. Whatever works for you. So if you are in that position and you can roll out of here before 2025, these are some great options, a low barrier to entry. And I think that's important for a lot of people to get started, because honestly, some of us will sit down and we're perfectionists and we'll just sit on it and we'll think about it and we'll do nothing. Right? So sometimes you just go ahead on and book your ticket. And especially like if you are a business owner, if you have a remote job, just go on there, book your ticket, get a visa for 6 months so you can sit there and hang out. And you can always come back home if you want, but at least you have that option. But Jessica, I don't know if you noticed that she talked about the UAE, but baby, when she said Germany, she got excited. She was like, Germany. I'm like, okay.
Right. And I was like, that's
Germany's
really
the better option here.
Right. I was like, oh, it was really interesting how her energy did shift. I saw that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, for real, really? Because I would think Germany would be, I have this perception that it's the same as here, but I guess it isn't.
It's so different. So let me say, I've never been to Germany, and that was my fault because I had opportunities to go and I just didn't go. But from the people that I talked to who have lived in Germany, they love Black people. They love Black men. They love Black people. And also, too, like I had a friend who just moved to Germany during the wrong timing. He had to end up coming back, but that's literally like one of his favorite places. He's always, if he's not here, he's going to Germany. Now, the other thing about Germany is different culturally speaking. Where America never really apologized. I know they said Bill Clinton did, or maybe Obama did or something.
Yeah, Bill Clinton, I think.
They didn't really apologize, though, because you ain't give us no dang money. We ain't get our 40 acres. So that apology ain't mean nothing to me.
No, it was an acknowledgement that it happened. That was what it was.
And we know what happened. Next. Okay, Germany actually acknowledges and takes accountability for what happened. Very different mindset. Yeah. Like they know they done effed up. We done messed up. It's messed up. Here's all the things that we're doing to show you how sorry we are. America just
Wow.
don't give a flying.
We need to, you know what I'm thinking right now, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before. We need to actually go to each one of these countries and get like an ambassador from their country to kind of come on the podcast. Like seriously though, to come on the podcast and talk about it,
That
because
would be dope. Yeah.
you know, it's like these different places and spaces that, like you said, I would have never have thought that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that is really interesting. And it also helps with their tourism and all that good stuff. But anywho, I have to say it out loud and put it on the podcast because that way y'all can hold me accountable and make sure I actually
I
do it.
don't know any now. Listen, if there's any Black women watching this who are in Germany, holla. I don't know any Black women in Germany, which is why y'all haven't been on here.
No, they don't have to be Black to be on here to talk about what they're doing for Black people.
But it's different because the Black woman can speak to what our concerns would be.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is they talk about like what they're doing though.
Yeah, they could do that, but you know, we different. Like we care about different things.
No, we definitely want both perspectives. Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure we can get somebody German. Holla. But yeah, I think that's a great list. And then we got another video with some other options, because again, this is all about options. So if y'all don't understand the visa process, you need visas to go to these countries, and you especially need visas to stay for a period of time. It's not like you're going that you have a job, and it's not like you're going like a student. If you had a student,
and then it also sounds like some of these places with the visa, you have to have a college degree to even get the visa.
Well, no, she was saying for that particular visa, you don't need a college.
That's what I'm saying about.
Like, so you can get a regular visa, and I don't know how long the regular visa allows you to stay. It wouldn't be for a 6-month time period, right? Let's say if you were just going to visit on vacation, you wouldn't be getting these special 6-month visas. So their regular visa might not allow you to stay for that time period. So you would need to qualify for one of these kind of extended visas.
Got it.
Okay. So that's the difference.
Got it. And I think when people think visa, sometimes they think college. Oh, I need to go to school or whatever to get access. No. Is that what it was? Okay.
No. Okay. Well, that one. Now, here's the thing, because we talked about coming from America, right? In the process of getting a job, like in Africa and Zambia, and how difficult it is. I wonder how easy it is if you're not working remote. How easy it is to get jobs there. Now, I know UAE. Especially back in the day, I don't know how it is now. Like everybody was getting jobs there left and right.
Well, we interviewed. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my blanket. But she was a teacher. Yeah, and she said she loved it. She was like, I go back, I come visit, but I go right back to UAE.
Yeah, there's a few people, but the UAE was also really good because they were building and hiring a lot of people from all over. I don't know how it is now, but I wonder about Germany. Like, how easy is it to actually get a job, right? As an American, what does that look like?
Well, if they feeling guilty about what they did in the past, then it should be pretty easy. I mean, just saying.
How many of us are actually looking, right? Because you got a lot of military over there too. So, I don't know how many of us are actually over there looking for jobs.
Yeah. Now there's a second video that we also came across that talks a little bit more about the the visa process.
She gave some different examples of visas that you can apply.
All right, let's go ahead and get into that.
If you two are trying to figure out how you're going to move out of the U.S. after those election results, I'm an American citizen and an Australian permanent resident, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for my Australian citizenship now. It can feel so difficult to try to move out of the United States. I want to share some of the easiest visas that you can get that'll probably get you out of the country in the next year. This is the Australian work and holiday visa. I did this one after I studied there. And the work and holiday visa, you can go to Australia for a year, get great paying work, and depending on whether or not you get a job that you like, you end up with an Australian partner, you can go on to later apply for the visas that can allow you to stay longer. New Zealand also has the same visa. Processing time is 2 weeks, length of stay is 12 months. But like I said, if you have any of those other things that can come in, like you have a partner or something like that, you can stay for longer. Something to keep in mind with both of these is you have to be between the ages of 18 and 30 for both Australia and New Zealand's working holiday visa. Now, these are my favorite visas. A lot of European countries have actually started something called the digital nomad visa. Portugal, Spain, Italy, all of digital nomad visas, meaning that if you make money online, whether you work online as a content creator, you have an online job, or even you get paid off of dividends because you started investment early, you can apply for these digital nomad visas, meaning you can move to the EU. All of their terms are different, all the links are different, but the thing I like about the Portugal visa, at least as of right now, you can actually have your Portuguese digital nomad visa turn into residency, which can eventually turn into citizenship, which can get you into the EU. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to continue sharing about visa options. If you are someone that is actually living outside of the US, tell us your visa options. We're going to have this discussion because there are so many Americans that want to leave or have wanted to leave, and now that the elections happened, they're like, how do I get out of here to protect myself and my family? If there's any visas you want me to go into more detail about, like the Australian work and holiday visa I've done, we're looking at the Portuguese digital nomad visa after I go back and get my Australian citizenship. So let's talk about this discussion because there are ways to leave and have a better quality of life.
Yeah, so I would never even think Australia. Matter of fact, I honestly feel like Australia and New Zealand, that's the first time that's actually come up on this show. Yeah. And so she actually said I think she's going for her permanent, like she wants to become a citizen of Australia. So it sounds like she went to school there. And this is really cool. Obviously, this is a younger generation, right? She said 18 to 30. So, here's the thing too. If you are younger, this is something that you can consider. Do you want to actually go to school abroad? Because if you go to school abroad, right, you're going to have more options. You can stay for how long it takes to, to finish school there. And then because you've been there, there's more options or there's more things available that you know about because you're already there. So that's an interesting way of getting into, if you're younger, just like go to school there. But so she's talking about you can stay for a whole year with their visa in Australia and New Zealand, which is pretty dope. And I wonder what she considers good. So she also said Australia has really good job options. I'm really curious about that as an American citizen to get job options. What is that like? And how does that work? Do they have dual citizenship? Because if you're talking about becoming a citizen, are you dropping your American citizenship or can you get both? Like I know in Ghana, you can do dual citizenship. So there's so many things to navigate. What I love about this is though the foundation has been laid. There are so many people doing what you want to do, and the information is out there. You just got to get it. But the biggest thing is once you get it, you need to act, right? Don't just sit on it. Don't just sit on it.
That part. But that was to my point earlier about like college students, which is she was making a reference to college, right? Because she was saying that she had got a passport because she was in college. So I was like trying to make the connection between all of that. But yeah, no. And that I wrote it down. Digital nomad visa. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yep. Anybody making money online.
Digital nomad visa.
And that's the year.
Start a YouTube channel.
I personally don't want to go to Europe, but now there's a lot of people in Portugal. Portugal is hot right now especially for Black women. There's a whole big Black expat population in Portugal.
Community out there. Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, we've given you all a lot of different options for different visas that you can go for. That digital nomad visa is definitely one I'm checking the box on. But yes, that's pretty dope. Because that means with the other visas that were mentioned, like the opportunity visa or the job seeker visa, you have to actually go out there and be looking for a job actively, and who knows whether or not that's going to work out, right? But that nomad visa sounds like a really great fit for a lot of people. I don't want a job, period. I ain't getting one here nor there. Exactly. Not on a plane, not on a train, not on a little Dr. Seuss for y'all. So anywho, nowhere am I getting a job. Okay.
But obviously, if you get a job, then the visa status is going to change, right? Because you actually have a job. So if it is somewhere that that you want to live, that's an important part of the process to get a job. Because even with the digital nomad, if you decide that you actually want to live there, it's still a year. So what people end up doing is they leave, they take a trip, and then they come back.
Right. Yeah. So many different options, you guys. Definitely watch this one again. If you didn't have your pen and paper available,
write this down, take notes. If you're watching, in the comments, share if you know about additional visas that we can get rather quickly, right? Absolutely. Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you.
Yes. And make sure that you also go ahead and in the comment section, let us know, like I said before, let us know how you're feeling right now. Are you feeling like you're ready to go. If you are going to go, like Ava Laura said, where are you going to go? What are the places that you've been looking at and kind of taking a peek at? We do have a Facebook group. We don't mention it often, but we do have a Facebook group. So make sure you go ahead and look in the description of this video, or if you're watching on the podcast. For the podcast folks that are listening to us, we back. If you would like to see the visual of the actual video, please go ahead, hop on over to our YouTube channel at Black Women Leave America. Make sure you go to subscribe, because we do actually have a visual that goes along with the audio version of this podcast. So definitely make sure you take a look at that, and join our Buy Me Coffee site. We're gonna try to get somebody on there to help kind of get some blogs or some things up, and some summaries of the all the different.
We busy, especially now. We busy.
Once again, we take volunteers. Anyone want to volunteer?
Listen, y'all want to support Black women businesses? Hello there, volunteers. We need help.
Right.
Holla.
We're looking for all skills and talents, and we are willing to train. So hit us up. Even if you leave a comment, I will go and find you on social media. Ava Laura knows. I will find you and I will DM you. So you ain't even got to do no heavy lifting. You ain't got to send us no email, nothing. Just comment. I will volunteer, and I will find you and contact you and bring you on board. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Black Women Leave America. I'm going to hand it all over to Ava Laura for the closing. You the closer.
Y'all, thank you for watching. Like Jessica said, help. Help. Look, this is busy season. People really want this information. We need this information. And, we need to exercise our power.
There we go.
And to look at every possible option available to us. And there's so much information that we want to give you. There's so much out there. Help us to help you. And we just look forward to seeing you next week, so we can talk more about what your options are and how we can help y'all. Black Women Leave America.
Leave America. Yeah, I was looking for my Public Enemy Fight the Power music, but I don't have it in here. I'll upload it and bring it through next time.